I wanted to show how lousy it is to get stuck with high moisture hay. And this year in Alaska, I've talked about this in other videos, was a terrible hay year. So I had this bale of hay and I brought it into the shop and I purposely popped it here because I knew I was going to feed it, and left it on its side on the shop floor because I wanted to show you this mess. Do you see all that? That is goopy, runny water that is coming out of this hay bale. Hay is not supposed to make a giant mess of water when it just sits there, is it? And that's what I have been stuck with. So these bales of hay get completely frozen and just turn into an ice block when I go to feed them. So I can't just go feed a bale of hay. I have to bring them in my shop and I have to let them thaw for a few days, and then I have to take them out, and then the cows can only get around the edges, so then I have to chain it and pull it back out of the feeder, bring it back into the shop, let it sit in the shop for a few days, let it thaw out some more, go and feed it. So a summertime activity, or an activity if you're farming or ranching somewhere else where you can just feed hay, I don't get to do that here. It's a multi-day process, and it means going back and forth with equipment, back and forth with hay, trying to thaw it a little at a time so the cows have something to eat. And it's even worse because it's incredibly shitty quality hay. I mean, it's terrible, and it's all I could find. So it's just one more reason why farming in Alaska is just an incredibly difficult proposition when you compare it to places where you can actually buy things like hay that's not weeping gallons of moisture all over the floor when it thaws. Pretty bad, huh?